I mean, there's a lot, it's unfortunate, but there's a lot of really big players in HEX that are like slowly trying to get out. I mean, they can't get out because their bags are too big. They push the price down.
Yeah.
We had a guy the other day that if he market sold, what he usually does, he usually market sells. If he market sold all of it, it would push the price down like 80%, and so he would have walked away with very little for a very big bag. So what did he do? He sold a little bit. He put 50 million on single-sided liquidity to sell. So he has a sell wall up from 4 to 10 cents. And then he staked the other 150 million over the course of roughly a year. Okay. That's one guy. There's other guys doing the same thing.
Wow.
So you got to ask yourself, some of these guys, the way out for them might be to go from HEX to Pulse after the bridge. So you got to think of that too. But I don't think that I think it's tough because it depends how bad, like how low Pulse or HEX goes for Pulse. Because if it goes really, really low, then you might be like, oh man, this could be a good deal, but do you also want to give up, if you sacrificed and got a good rate, do you want to give that up, that golden ticket up? It's hard. It's tough. And I can't tell you what I have to see it. I have to see everything and then like make an on the fly decision. I can't
So if you had a bunch of whales that wanted out of HEX and, there's not enough liquidity to fill anything without murdering the price and getting less and all this stuff. So you're saying that some of them may be, you think on the pre-bridge, there will be some action around.
There could be.
Yeah.
There could be, because also like some of these guys are not smart. So there's plenty of people in the community that have a lot of money, but they're not that intelligent. So maybe when they're doing the pre-bridge before there's price, they do some stupid stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's just say that.
I threw some crazy. I mean, I think I've said before too. I think it'll be very irrational. But funny enough, this kind of plays in irrationality because if they get PX and it's the airdrop, the dumpable airdrop, and they're trying to get out of HEX, I mean, the ratios could be insane. If you're trying to dump all the PX to get the thing you want because you want to get out of at least one side of it, and you got the airdrop going on, then
and it depends how much liquidity is there going to be. In like how much Pulse gets paired with HEX, it really is hard to say.
Well, how would you benefit from that? Are you saying that people who hold Pulse who may want to give some up can get a really good deal on PX, stuff like that?
Yeah, I guess it just depends, because it's like maybe you went really, really heavy into Pulse and you sacrificed a lot of your HEX for Pulse. So then you could benefit really, really good by like everyone's going into Pulse now. Pulse is going up versus everything, right? And HEX is extremely low. And so maybe you get your whole bag back for a little bit. Maybe you buy your whole bag back for 10% of your Pulse. So maybe you sacrifice 80% of your HEX, right? And then you only have to give up 10% of that HEX to get 100% of your HEX back. You see what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah.
That's possible. So we just have to see. It's like speculating on, it's too much of a shot in the dark. Like when people ask me for price things, I'm like, well, I mean, there's so many things you have to see. How many people are using the network every day? What's the volume every day? What, like you can't give an accurate thing. Cause I'm like, okay, what if they pair 1,000 Pulse with 10,000 HEX? Or what if it's 1 billion Pulse with 100 million? Like who knows? Right. So you can't say what's going to happen.
What if the wells are so crazy? They're like, all right, 1 for 1, PX or Pulse.
I think that's what it's going to start at. I think that's like how it will start probably. But, like how much liquidity gets put at that, and then it starts changing and stuff. Like, who knows?
Well, that doesn't mean the price of Pulse is going to be like 3 cents, right? It means that the PX is going to go down a lot.
Not necessarily. We won't know the prices until like someone bridges money over and does a buy. And then like, so like theoretically, the way I've explained this on other streams is that if you ever play a video game and you're playing like World of Warcraft, okay, so imagine World of Warcraft just came out and I want to buy this horse in World of Warcraft, okay, and they say it's 80 gold. Okay, 80 gold. How much is that in US dollars? It's nothing in US dollars because you can't buy 80 gold yet. But once the Chinese farmer sets up and starts like, killing goblins for gold and starts selling it on his website, Well, all of a sudden now there's a bridge, right? And I can buy
Mm,
gold with US dollars. So now there's a ratio. So then everything in the game becomes worth, everything that's denominated in gold has a US dollar value now. And it's the same thing
right.
with Pulse. Once people bridge money over and then somebody buys with Pulse, now everything's worth money.